Hi, my name is Lynn Daly. I'm from the School of Health Sciences. I'm a respiratory therapy instructor and I've been here since 2006. And today I want to tell you about a technology tool that I use with my students called Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a platform where students can have their voice recorded, and it could be recorded over a video or a PowerPoint or just their face being recorded. And it basically, how I see it, it replaces like a presentation. And I started using it in 2017. I was trying to find how to engage the students and something creative. And I teach a course called Pathophysiology, Diseases. And so I started it by assigning each student a disease, and they created their video on Flipgrid. And the students were always on their phone anyways, so I was thinking, why don't I try and integrate them being on their phone with learning at the same time? And it was a hit immediately. So this tool caught my eye because I used it when I was a student, when I did my master's degree in learning and technology. So I really enjoyed it, and I really wanted to try it with my own students. The thing that I like the most about Flipgrid is once the students have posted their videos, it's all on one platform, and it's like any social media. You just scroll through it and you can see all the videos in one place. Your only limitation as an educator is you're the one that decides what the topic is going to be or what the assignment is going to be. So in my example, as I said, the disease, so every square was a disease, and you just scroll through it and you listen to the students' videos. It's a great tool for verbal communication and oral presentations. So especially with second language learners, it's a really awesome tool because the learner can re-listen, pause, and you can even change the speed of the audio to make it slower if you want to listen a bit better. The students watch each other's videos, but there are settings that you can set for privacy. If you want the student to post a video and only you see it, you can do that. If you want everyone to see each other's, you can do that. And then the awesome thing about it, it's just not a one-way tool. It doesn't end when the student posts the video, so you can reply and ask a question to elaborate. A classmate can ask and they can reply, and also you can send your feedback straight through. I'll take a video of myself and send the feedback privately to the student or publicly that the others can see. In our case, in the School of Health Sciences, most of our programs are all competency-based, meaning the student has to perform a skill and be assessed on it and evaluated. So in our case, we have these labs, we have lots of students, we don't have much time, so the students can film their skills independently and then put it on Flipgrid, and then we can evaluate them on their skills. So it saves a lot of precious time that we could use for other things. So you can evaluate the student right then and there on the video in your own time. One thing that I find that was taking up a lot of class time was oral presentations. So in our case, students present a case study, a patient in the hospital from beginning to end. A student can speak for 10 minutes maybe, and then questions. So that's 15 minutes per student, a lot of time spent in class. So now they can do it on Flipgrid, and then during class time, we can actually use that time wisely to have engaging and creative activities to learn, and then the oral presentations can be done on the app, and I can evaluate them separately. So I think for the communications program or any class that has oral presentations, I think this should be a must. And also I feel I never knew that this platform would ever take off so much during the pandemic. I started using it in 2017, and all of a sudden now this tool is being used K-12 and post-secondary. It's amazing. In fact, when I started using it, I had to pay for it, but I gladly paid for it because I wanted it. But now it is free, and before the time limit was 5 minutes per video, and now it's 10 minutes because obviously lots of educators are using this tool during the pandemic, and I think it's going to stick because it's a great tool that people can use. What tips do I have for instructors to start up? First of all, it's very important to have the conversation with your students about privacy. If you want to use this platform where everyone is watching their own videos within the class, you want to have a discussion with your students about privacy. Now, however, in your settings, you can set it up where if a student posts a video, only you will see it. Or if you want the whole group to see it, you can set that up too. It's up to you. The other cultural aspect here is in Qatar, we have to be sensitive to the culture, males, females. So a lot of my students sometimes don't want to show their face, and that's totally fine. They film like a teddy bear or they have an emoji over their face, and that's totally fine. You set your boundaries, you have those discussions with the students. So it's important to have that conversation first with the students. A very important thing that I learned the hard way is make it worth marks. Even if it's really little, the students will buy in. I tried it without marks, just like as a fun participation, and you won't get everyone to buy in then. So it's important to assign, even if it's just a little mark. Students will want to use it, and they usually think it's fun. Your biggest challenge will be really to pick what assignment you want to use. So sit down and think about, what can I do? Like I said, I've used it for diseases. We've used it to demonstrate skills inside this lab. We use it for voiceover, for PowerPoints, for case studies. So your limit is just your imagination, what you want to use it for. And the other thing that's really cool is I have never had to teach the students how to use the app. They all know how to use it. It's really self-explanatory. Because it does act like Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. They really know how to use it. It's very easy. To get used to the app, I really suggest you use it as a student first so you can see how the students are using it. So I usually always input myself as a student and just to see what they're seeing. A bit like on D2L when you become the user to see what the student's view is. So in conclusion, I really suggest you try this app. It's amazing, it's fun, it's creative, it's super easy to learn, and especially in this day and age with the pandemic, whether you're in a pandemic or not, it's really good to use because it really uses up your time wisely, and you can use your class time more effectively. So give it a go, flipgrid.com.